He's innovative like none other in our industry. There's a lot of family-owned businesses that we compete with. None of them has his understanding of numbers and operations. It's really quite incredible and humbling to be around him every day.
Is it true that this now billion-dollar business started with a single dump truck?
That's true. I'm a farm boy from Dallas County and needed a summertime job when I was going to college. Parlayed, pigs, cattle, and sold them for, expenses to go to school. I ended up in the summertime needing a job and made a down payment on a dump truck.
The first time we met, I just knew it would be a great run. I felt like it was a no-lose situation. He was in Chapter 11, filed Chapter 11, and in 1980. He was really driven. He's always been such a competitor. He's a really good businessman.
When did you make your first million? Do you remember that moment?
I do remember it. In 1979, we made just over $1 million net profit. I was 29 years old.
Yeah.
I said, man, this is easy. Well, I learned very shortly that it's not easy.
He likes to win. He likes to compete, whether it's golf, business, it makes no difference. That boy likes to win. When I first came, we would play basketball outside in our shop. We had a basket above one of the shop bays, and we would go out at noon, he and I, and we would just play for about 45 minutes, no matter what the temperature was. Sometimes we'd take a break and we'd be watching out here on 65. And these were different times. It's a long time ago. And we would watch companies like Willis Shaw, who was well known back then as a good company. We'd see one of those trucks go by on 65 and we'd say, we're going to get those guys someday. And we'd see national carriers go by. We'd say, they don't have a chance, we're going to get them someday. We were down to 150 trucks then, but that was his vision. We were going to go get them. We did.
You got to have a dream, and I certainly had them. So I'm as shocked. I wake up every morning saying, is this bubble going to burst? This has been, just like a fantastic dream, and I want to go back to, that farm back up in Urbana.
Yeah.
But it happened, and it's been very rewarding, of course, along the way.
He allows us to do things that are outside of the box, not the norm. We have fun at work. The culture that we have created at the Oasis is a direct effect from the culture that Prime has. Robert is brilliant. I mean, that goes without saying. He is a huge success. So he's very intelligent. But it's the way he interacts with people. I was down in the hotel lobby one day, and there were two drivers, and they were having a conversation, and I hear one of them talk to the other one about playing basketball with the owner of Prime, and he's like, that dude is good.
I make up those stories, and I spread those rumors. I'm a terrible player, but it's great exercise. It gives us a chance to get out there and mix it up with the in-house associates and drivers. So we have a great time out there.
I met a gentleman last week at a conference who has been working with Prime for 30+ years. He told me a story about one of his initial visits here in a boardroom with Robert and IT and several others, where during it was a big decision time, and Robert looked at his watch and said, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with one of our operators and his spouse. I need to step out and talk with them. And the vendor to this day was impressed with Robert's concern about his people. And I said, well, that's interesting because he hasn't changed.
It amazes me if somebody comes up to me, I've never met the president of the company that I worked for before. And I say, why not? You're making my living for me. And I've done very well, and I appreciate what you do.
I have learned a lot from him. you know a lot about business and a lot of things that you can take home and relate to your everyday life and you know what you want to pass on. He's added areas of interest in business that's exciting, you know, for all of us to participate in, whether it be in hospitality or gaming.
For Biloxi, the property being non-smoking, it was probably a little scary to do that because of, you know, what people would think going non-smoking in a casino. But Robert wanted to give not just the guest of the casino a healthy environment, but also his associates. It was very important to him to make sure that the people that work for him had a healthy environment.
I think our best years are yet to come. I think Robert has created an entity here that is gaining momentum every day, particularly with the environment that we're in. And we got a guy at the helm that knows how to seize the opportunity, so it's going to be good. I'm not sure Springfield's seen anything yet.